Right. Good morning from Hong Kong. Here we are. It's just after 7 on a Wednesday morning. Sun just wants to start peeking up over the top of Hong Kong Island to dry off all this dew. I've mopped up some of it, but... Alright, yesterday helped out my friend doing some polyester urethane painting. And while I was thinking, I decided I'm going straight through there. That is the lesser of two evils, and it is the shortest distance. It gives me 7 meters. So from this junction area, which is right in the crossroads there, all the way to the combiner box, that's just under 7 meters. So at 7 meters using 6 mm square wire, will give me at these panels are at well, they're 36 volt, but they're going to be charging a 24 volt bank. So it's going to give me a 2% loss. So now I can start calculating with all the different parts of this equation to make this an efficient system. I've already know right now that resistance is, I'm going to have a 2% loss by using those cable wires. Unfortunately, my MC4 connectors do not allow anything larger than 6 mm square wire, or was 10 AWG wire. So I can't use a 6. Love to use a 6, but the MC4 connectors don't. So that's how that's going to go there. But now I've last night after I finished painting and all that, and I had to go run some errands and stuff, but I worked until after the sun went down, but I got everything squared up perfectly. So the distances on each side from the railing to the corners, everything is within 1/8 of an inch. And that, because it's pretty much everything here is within 1/8 of an inch with these rails, and even on the outside edge. Because again, I've sanded down the wood and some grindings taken off. So it's within 1/8 of an inch, which is not too bad. And plus it looks good. But now what I've done is these two brackets here, this one and this one here, these two brackets have the factory holes. So going by the factory's frame and what they consider the rated load and everything, and the way that the frames are structurally sound, I've used those, I've maintained those, but these have a 3/4 inch number 12 screw in them. I've drilled the pilot holes. Again, they're all panhead. Excuse me. And so those are in. It's Silcaflexed. It's all put down, and those are in. But now these are added. So I've drilled the hole, and I've drilled the hole there. Plus I have the 2 existing holes that come with the bracket. So now I've put these in, and now these line up. This lines up with, with this, or no, it's this one. So it lines up with this going across. So I've got a 3-inch number 12 stainless steel wood screw that goes straight down there. I've gooped in. I put Silcaflex all over the screw. It was all messy, and she's down, and it should be locked in pretty tight, and it's going to be secure. So I have the factory support ratings for the frame, that's maintained, plus I have the security for the strength that we need for when we get these typhoons with the heavy rains and heavy winds. So it should hold out. So, but it was quite late, and the dew started coming on last night, so I wasn't able to do this. I didn't want to drill any holes, get any moisture into that wood yet. But now I'm going to drill pilot holes for these. Then I'm going to get the Silcaflex around it, and then I'm going to mount that. So now this is all squared, and these are squared here. So once they're in, I put this other one in, and I can screw it down. And I can start making my connections. Then when I butt these up, this will be a nice tight line, and there won't be any gaps and spaces. And then I can start attaching this. Then I'll run the pipe, and I picked up the pipe yesterday in my travels, and it's for exterior use, they said. So, but it's going to be covered with. I'm going to 80 grit sand it. put on the primer, and then I'm gonna do a 200 sand on that, and then I'm gonna polyester gloss coat over the top, and then whatever's exposed to the elements. So then once I have to drill the hole, I'll get it in, and that just under 7 meters. Get it to come over and get it down into here, and then it's going to come to my combiner box. So now my combiner box here it's all MC4 connectors. So I have my positive goes in, and here's my negative comes in. These are all 48 volt DC breakers. So again, I got 36 volt panels. I'm good there. So the voltage range is good, but I isolate the negative and the positive. For each panel is isolated. I don't go to a common negative ground or a negative bus bar. I isolate them. So even if there's a backfeed, something's happening with with the diodes in the panel, whatever it is, I isolate it. So I can go and check each and every one. Plus I have a main disconnect to just shut down the entire array. Now I've made this combiner box because I use Morningstar TS60 controllers. So with this, with these panels, the polycrystalline, and at 300 watts, Morningstar says I can use 5 panels. And so I'm going, again, with Morningstar's recommendation. So that comes in, I've got isolation, plus I have my surge protection device for lightning protection. And now this is rated at 24 volts, so that is for the 24 volt system. And then I have my negative and positive out, plus I have the surge protection ground, and then that'll be grounded. So I will have lightning protection. But now I just need to. This is all ready to go. This panel is ready to go. I'm just waiting for the dew to dry off on the panels, and I was hoping that the marine plywood would come last night, but it didn't because I need to start boxing in underneath the bench. So hopefully that'll come this morning, but nobody starts until like 8:30, 9 o'clock at the shipyards over here, where I buy all my wood, the teak and the yucca and the marine ply. So, but right now it's kind of wait for the sun to come up, burn off this dew, and I can start going to work. So Monday I got them out, started thinking. Tuesday did a lot more thinking and made the decisions. I made the decisions and I started putting the decisions into action on Tuesday. So now here we are Wednesday. Now I'm going to make it happen. Make it so, number one. And there it is. So the next video that I attach to this one will be the solar panels all mounted and the conduit and all my MC4 connectors connected there, and hopefully fingers crossed guys, fingers crossed, hopefully I can go and get this boxed in, and I can take that. Well, we're not going to worry about that. Let's keep that nice shiny little box over that bilge pump. So, but then we're going to put that in. So we'll see. That's what I'm hoping to have done by the next video. Let's actually see what happens when I make the next video. Alright guys, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. Well, as the saying goes, if owning a boat was easy, everybody would own 2. Well, it's very, very, very true. Nothing easy about a boat. Truly an adventure. Truly an adventure. I am proud to announce that these 4 panels are secured. If you look down here, I've got the MC4 connectors are on. They are actually connected. The only thing I have to do is get a 2 1/4 inch piece of flat aluminum, put her down the center, hide that up. The pipe is in, and come over here. There she is. There's the pipe. It kind of comes down a little bit. What I had done is I wanted to keep it right at like this quarter round that's at the base before I get to the pilot house forward there, because the distance, so I don't know, maybe I'm a bit too finicky in that, but if you see where the top line of the aluminum is, once that aluminum piece, you're going to hardly see it. But so it is a little bit lower. So there's, this pipe is attached to that solar panel, which is solar panel number 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Odds on the port, evens on the starboard. So, but they're in. They are secure. I've just got to do cosmetics now. Cosmetics, bringing these together. Again, I let them follow. Again, because that goes down. I let them follow. I'm just going to go in with that GE aluminum colored silicone sealant just made for aluminum. So that's going to go there. And I'm going to run some more Silcaflex over the top of this because it is very well sealed. Some more Silcaflex, give it a little sand. I'm going to tape it off, and I'm going to polyester urethane all around it so it will not leak. Now I've got the wires. The wires, again, I deserve this Heineken. I truly do. I've got the wires that come in. I've just kind of gone to get them down. I've got the marine ply. I've got a 4x4 piece there. So the other 4x8 sheet did not come today. So I just have that one. So I haven't gone and done that. But what I've done is I've got all my MC4 connectors. There's, as you can see, here's 3, panel 3, panel 2. I love these little, they're panel number 1. But all the MC4 connectors, MC4 connectors are cheap enough, so I put the MC4 connectors on it. I'm going to leave it at that. Tomorrow when the sun comes out, I'm actually going to see what the open circuit voltage is in that. But I have it, it's wired, it's in here. So now I just have to do so much. But otherwise, it's the hole is there. You can see, I drilled the hole big enough, so, and I can pull this back. I've just got just some cable ties on there. Pull it back. I can slide down to 90, depending on what I want to do, how I'm going to cover it up. But I know it's just going to be wood. It's just going to be wood here, and that because most likely if I do the solar thermal, and it would be, this is an off-grid boat, so. Because I'll custom make, again, I'll still use aluminum frame, as you can buy that stuff. I'm at the Gateway of China. Have that come here, customize it, kind of come down to about here, and I'll have the solar thermal on each side. They'll do something. They should make in the summertime. They should make a bunch of hot water. And that's the time that you want to use it as well, because when you go out swimming, you want to rinse off with fresh water. So, just having some warm water that's made, by the sun, why not? You can take the black polypropylene and that, put it up on the roof and run that through. But people could get scalded and they could get hurt. Having the right temperature valves and all that stuff makes it more safe. It makes it fun. But I've made one hell of a mess. I've gone through all my wire. I actually had my spools. I didn't have enough. I had enough for three panels. But I was going, so I dug through a bunch of my other pieces, and I finally got it. But here's another thing that I did do this morning while I was waiting for the dew the sun to burn it off. I took the heat gun to this one, and it took about, just over a half hour just to scrape it down, just using heat on the varnish. Just heat on the varnish, and it came off, because again, it looked just like that one. And now look, it's nice and orange. But I just used heat, so I'm going to use heat. I don't want to use any chemicals in that, because again, the chemicals will just drip right in to the ocean. I don't want to do that. Protect our ecosystem. The ocean is one of my favorite ecosystems. So anyway, I can do that with heat, And again, I'll have to use a generator for it. Have to use a generator for it because it's 2,000 watts. 2,000 watts, 230 volts, 50 hertz, 2,000 watts. So anyway, definitely have to have the gen set on for that. I've only got 1,800. That pretty much chew up what's in the batteries. Batteries haven't arrived yet. I delayed the delivery of the batteries because I don't even have this in right now. So gen set's working for now. But it is only Wednesday. It is Wednesday. So panels are in. Panels are in. It's Silca-flexed. I still have to use the polyester urethane on it to protect that PVC from, you know, our Hong Kong sun, the subtropical sun that we have. But everything is good. I would have to say that it looks like a solar lollipop lying on its side. It looks good, but it's very secure. So she's rock solid. All right, that's about the wrap up for me for today. Got my MC4 connectors. I got to go load back up. I've been doing so many solar panels. I don't have much stuff left. I really like these combiners. We use these on the boats, so you can run two of them parallel. So you just have them go in, then you can just run one 6mm square wire. But anyway, plus I'm at a 6mm square wire as well. But can't lose my MC4 crimper as well. Alright guys, that's a wrap for today. It's time for me to continue in partaking with the Heineken as I clean up my mess. And I made one hell of a mess. Alright guys, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye.